Okay, guys, so slides is one of my favorite subjects. So let's speak about slides. So visualizing your desired reality with mental slides. So mental slides are a tool for visualizing a desired reality. Vadim describes it. Vadim describes a slide as a mental image or a scene that you create and hold in your mind to represent what you want to experience. These slides serve as a blueprint for the subconscious mind, guiding it to align with reality depicted. Unlike general daydreaming or wishful thinking, slides in transurfing are focused, specific, and intentional. They are more than just thoughts, they are visual scenes infused with a sense of reality. The purpose of these slides is to replace negative or unwanted images such as fear or anxieties, with positive desired outcomes. Zealand encourages creating a clear mental image of the desired situation, as if it's already happening right now. For example, if you are seeking success in a particular career, you would visualize yourself confidently succeeding in that field, surrounded by symbols of achievement as though it's a scene from your life right now. Number two, shaping perception and future outcomes through slides. Power of perception. So the power. Vadim argues that perception shapes reality. By holding a particular slide in your mind, you begin to see the world through the lens of that image. For instance, if your slide depicts success, your thoughts and actions will naturally begin to align with opportunities and behaviors that support that success. Future outcomes. According to Transurfing, holding positive slides doesn't just change your perception, but also guides you onto a lifeline that aligns with those outcomes. Zealand claims that by consistently visualizing a desired reality, you shift your focus to attract and create circumstances that mirror that mental image. Essentially, you start to tune your personal energy to match that of the slide, thereby influencing events to unfold in a way that supports it. Number two, and that's exactly how you sometimes manifest things you don't like by thinking or seeing negative pictures in your head. Like if you have a conflict with your coworker or a family member and you tend to think of what ifs, what could you say, what would be the next time you see them, how, like, if you think about it, you visualize it and you create it. That's very important, and it's very dangerous at the same time. So avoiding excess potential. Zealand warns against generating too much emotional attachment or excess potential to the slide, which can create resistance. Instead, he advises visualizing with a calm, detached sense of confidence, as though the outcome is natural and expected, not something you are desperate to achieve. This relaxed focus is key in maintaining balance and allowing the slide to work effectively. One of the examples that he mentions in the book is as if you are walking to get your newspaper or a newsletter, right? Let's imagine you have a mail outside of your home or in the supermarket next by the street. You go out and calmly take your magazine, your newspaper, your mail, and go back. You're not getting crazy over it, like yes, like you know it's there and you're going to get there eventually. So that's exactly how you should perceive those things. One way that I use it is basically, or what the way you could do it is basically forward back to the past. Imagine that you are initially right now, imagine a wealthy person or an actor or a writer, a poet, a journalist, whoever you want to be, and imagine that the reality you experience now is just The distant past. It's like, imagine, see yourself as, for example, you could say, hey, I am a wealthy person. It's just nice to remember how things were to the top, right? So you just see yourself right now. It's like, imagine you are 80 years old, right? And or 9 years old, and you have lived your life. This is a very known trick, psychological trick, that you see yourself as being actually old, and then you go back to the present moment and be like, yay, like you have time. There is everything you like. You can achieve everything. So just believe it. It's like you are the person you want to be already, and the reason you want it is because you are that person, right? And so if you can tune yourself into that energy or into that lifeline, just remember that you are in the past, and there is like you're going to get there eventually. It's like you create this chain. So, success slide creation. So, creating effective slides for specific goals, clarity, and specificity. When creating a success slide, Zealand emphasizes the importance of specificity. Rather than visualizing a vague concept of success, you should create a detailed mental picture of a specific goal. For example, if your goal is to live in a particular city, imagine a scene where you are living there, exploring the streets, interacting with people, and enjoying your life in that environment. The more vivid and realistic the slide, the more powerful it becomes. Personal relevance. The slide should feel meaningful and inspiring to you. Transurfing suggests that slides work best when they are aligned with your core desires and values. If the slide feels forced or isn't something you genuinely want, then it will lack the emotional resonance necessary to influence your reality. Zealand suggests that this resonance creates a strong goal frequency that aligns with your desired outcome. Imagining the end result. Success slides are crafted to reflect the end state. If a goal is not of the goal, not the process. So instead of visualizing the steps to success, you visualize yourself already living the successful state. This aligns with Transurfing's concepts of focusing on outcomes rather than the means to achieve them. But at the same time, there is something that's called a transfer chain. So to get to the next step, you can also visualize yourself doing the things you want to do. You do to achieve the goals. If you want to have a perfect body, keep that image in the back of your head. Practice the slide daily, but at the same time, also visualize yourself exercising. Visualize yourself doing push-ups, pull-ups, having this sit-ups, right? As the way you, and when you see yourself doing that, you will eventually align your actions with that vision. It's like, I mean, it's like whatever you think of, whatever you see, whatever you see here is whatever ends up happening here, right? So you can't just go, like for example, you can't build a house without first having this, having a plan, right? Engineers, before building a house, they have a vision of what they're going to do. The basic stuff. Before you go to a bank or before you go to a gym, you see that in your head. You can't just. I mean, I think you understand me. Like, you can't just end up in a supermarket without thinking about it or seeing it in your head, right? It's the same thing, but you just, not only do you see yourself in a gym, but also you see yourself exercising and doing exactly like the things just the process, right? The process before the outcome. So it's a powerful technique too. Don't forget that. So techniques for holding a slide in your focus. Daily practice. Zealand recommends spending time each day focusing on your success slides. This doesn't have to be a long meditation, but rather a few minutes of deeply engaging with the mental image and feeling the emotions associated with it. This regular practice helps to program your subconscious mind and keeps you aligned with your desired reality. Number two, visual and sensory engagement. To To make the slide more effective, Zealand suggests engaging as many senses as possible in the visualization. Imagine the sights, sounds, and smells, even textures of the scene. For example, if your slide involves a vacation on a tropical beach, picture the blue ocean. Feel the warmth of the sun. Hear the sound of the waves and smell the salty air, the fresh air. This sensory engagement makes the slide feel more real, reinforcing its influence. You are living the you are and remember, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between imagination or reality. This is a well-known fact. So the next thing we have is detachment and confidence. One of the key techniques for holding a slide is maintaining a balance between focus and detachment. Zealand encourages visualizing with confidence, but without desperation. He advises against clinging to the image too tightly or obsessing over it. Instead, the slide should feel like a pleasant, natural expectation, a desired reality that's on its way but doesn't require force to attain. This calm detachment allows the energy to flow smoothly without creating excess potential. Okay, so the next step is emotionally charge the slide. It's adding a positive emotional charge to the slide. Feel the joy, excitement, or contentment that would come with the desired reality, as though it's already here. According to Transurfing, this emotional charge acts as a magnetic force, aligning your internal energy with the lifeline that matches your goal. So, key takeaways. The use of visualization and slides is central to shaping one's reality. Zealand views slides as a way to deliberately select a lifeline in the alternative space that matches the image you hold in your mind. By carefully crafting and focusing on these mental images, you tune your perceptions, thoughts, and actions to align with that reality. Keep in mind, slides are not only to align with your desired reality. There's more to it. Slides are tools for perception and creation. So they can be used to distort your perception of reality. Why? If you have a complex, if you have if you have inferiority complex, if you have some insecurities, if you perceive yourself as inadequate, maybe you're hyper adequate. Everyone has their insecurities, right? Maybe you're anxious, maybe you have anxiety. So by using slides and distorting your perception of reality, you actually heal yourself. Don't worry about deceiving yourself or, like they say, getting crazy about it. Like you are doing it consciously. It's one thing when you are behaving unconsciously and you're, kind of think you are, like the Marcus Aurelius, or if you think you are Pablo Diablo at like overnight and you really become getting aggressive. No, you are doing it consciously. So you change your belief, you change your view of yourself in your head. So it's a powerful tool, not only of perceiving yourself differently, but at the same time, creating this mental image of visualization. So mental slides help you shape your perception, influencing how you interpret and respond to the world. They are not about manifesting in the traditional sense, but rather choosing a pre-existing reality from the alternative space. Success slides are visual representations of your goal. So success slides are specific, vivid, emotionally resonant images of your desired state. The more realistic and emotionally charged, the more effective they are in guiding you towards a lifeline that aligns with that image. And then you may ask me, how am I going to be guided to that lifeline? How am I going to manifest my desired reality just by imagining myself being there? So, one thing that would happen is You are tapping into outer intention. You are tapping yourself into another reality. What will end up happening is gradually you will see new doors opening up. You will see opportunities arising from places you have never anticipated. But you have to keep in mind, do not insist, do not be adamantly stubborn on getting things your way. You have to and accept the easiest route. I made a mistake when I thought the ultimate key to wealth was Amazon FBA, and I canceled, I completely, I closed my eyes, and I refused to see any other potential opportunities. I had a lot of YouTube videos suggestions. I have a lot of people speaking to me, right? Signs, doors opening. But I was completely ignorant because I had a vision and I thought that would be the best way. Don't do this mistake. Don't do it. So be open. Be open, and your comfort zone will eventually widen. And when you take action and you tap into the laws of action, cause, and effect, you will harness the benefits, and you will just you will get the so it's imagine a chain, right? So chains are being thrown, you take the chain and you climb the next step, the next step, the next step, right? And you keep visualizing and you grow, and then maybe something new door will open, you will end up there, and then eventually you will end up. But you have to be aware and you have to be awakened. You have to see and listen, because God will speak to you. Number 3, focus with detachment. The most effective way to use slides is with calm confidence. Rather than obsessing or generating excess potential, the practice involves holding a relaxed expectation that you desire. The practice involves holding a relaxed expectation that your desired reality is already on its way, allowing the slide to work without interference. Influence without force. Zealand emphasizes that slides are not about forcing reality, but gently guiding it. They allow you to focus on what you want without creating resistance, harmonizing your inner state with the outer world. So, these visualization techniques are not only practical tools, but also reflect a deeper understanding of reality as a mirror and as a field of endless possibilities. By consciously using slides, individuals can align themselves with realities they desire, taking an active role in their life's direction. Let me know if you have further clarifications or additional insights on any part of this module, guys. I was so happy to have to speak on this topic, on this matter. This is such a powerful concept, guys. And I will be more than happy to elaborate on further concepts. And I will see you in the next video.